Caitlin asks, many have accused the news media of paying attention to Black communities only when there is violence or crisis in them. Is there truth to this? What challenges do you face in getting stories published about Black life in America?
I think I'll say on two levels. One, I think when you have folks like Audra, myself, Richard, who know the importance of covering race stories, I think in that sense that's not true, because I think we do. My job is to cover race, and I want to cover these stories, and I want to get in these communities. So even when this is not happening, when there's not this unrest, I think we are still covering those stories. Now, what's also true is that, like, do they get the same attention and the same kind of sweep and whatnot that it does when this unrest happens? Absolutely not. And these things kind of bring these things to the fore. And in some ways, I would take this back to the issue of what, when you see violence and unrest, and I talk to different people in the streets and people who are protesting about that, what they think about it. They don't condone it, but they realize the fact that America doesn't pay attention unless it happens. If we look back, for instance, to Ferguson, very early on, maybe even a day, I think, after Michael Brown was killed, there was a Quick Trip gas station that burned. And after that, like, media flooded the zone, right? At that point, it was a local story before that, And then same thing, Minneapolis happens, protests. Once the tear gas went off on that first night of protest, international media starts descending. So there is a reality in America. I wouldn't put that necessarily on the media per se, but there's a reality in America that people pay attention across the country when there is this unrest. And so that's that hard balance, right? There is this violence and it does bring attention. So now how do you then, this is what protesters and activists are asking, so how do we then channel that attention we have now to keep it on the message, so that it's not just talking about, oh, look at these people looting stores, and it's talking about, why are they doing this? What is the underlying problem that we need to fix in this country in order to correct this?